A Colorado county becoming the first in the state to report its recreational marijuana sales, and the numbers, well, pretty high. Pueblo County says its 2 pot stores brought in about $1 million in sales last month. Now, of course, you have to be at least 21 years old and have to have a Colorado ID to buy from the licensed pot shops. Colorado estimates the industry will bring in an extra $67 million, about half of which will be spent on building schools. At the same time, there are some new concerns about the pot shops and welfare. The National Review Online discovering thousands of dollars in withdrawals from welfare EBT accounts at pot shops. Joining me now, Jillian Melcher. She writes for National Review as a fellow for the Franklin Center and Independent Women's Forum. Good to see you, Jillian.
Thank you for having me.
So what did you find out through your research?
Yeah, so there are about 42,000 total EBT transactions in Colorado, and we know that at least 64 of them occurred at marijuana shops, places where you can buy marijuana. So people are basically taking out cash benefits, and while we don't know how much of that actually went to weed, we do know that it points to a huge potential for abuse.
Right, because some of these stores actually sell more than just pot, right? They sell groceries. Right. So you don't know exactly what the money may have been used for.
We don't, and it is cash benefits that you could potentially withdraw some of it at an ATM in a marijuana store, go elsewhere and spend it. But I think what's really interesting here is already in Colorado, you're not allowed to, I guess, use your EBT card to withdraw cash at liquor stores, bars, gun shops, casinos. Yet marijuana stores, because legalization is so new, is kind of a gray area. It's something that hasn't been legally addressed, and it's a huge potential for abuse.
Well, it was the Republicans in Colorado did try to address this, but they lost out. Democrats voted against them on this. So do you think that there will be any kind of new legislation? Because this loophole, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely something that's going to resurface. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new attempt at legislation, but I think this is also a federal issue. So there's a federal law that passed in 2012 that I guess puts the onus on states to start regulating EBT withdrawals at casinos, strip clubs, liquor stores, all sorts of things like that, but it doesn't specifically address marijuana either. So I think both on the federal and state level, as we're experimenting with the legalization of marijuana, this is definitely something that's important.
The interesting thing is that there is no real enforcement, it seems, all across the country for that matter, about what you're supposed to be able to buy with welfare and what you're not supposed to be able to buy. So I guess the one mechanism to try and curtail that is the placement of these ATMs.
Exactly. And I was actually able to find out at one marijuana shop that EBT accessible ATM is right outside the dispensary. So it's really close. I mean, there are definitely other things. It's kind of a weakness with cash benefits to begin with. They're supposed to be spent on diapers, rent, food, things that are basic necessities. Definitely not marijuana, but there's not really a way to stop that from happening.
Wow, it's very interesting because, of course, it is legal now medicinally and recreationally in Colorado, and now we've got this whole new wrinkle on it. I look forward to your further research on this. Thanks so much, Jillian. Well, coming up on the show, have you seen